All right, Rutgers and Indiana. We move to the Big Ten. Rutgers 5-point road favorites, 42-42.5 the total in this one. I got my fill of trying to lay points with Rutgers against Michigan State. And to be honest with you, once I only heard about the quarterback change, when the game kicked off, and I thought Kim was going to play for Michigan State, but Hauser did give them a spark, and I think I would be less reluctant to take Rutgers last week had I known that, but unfortunately I didn't. And 27-24, it ended up being a win, but not a cover for Rutgers. That being said, how the hell do you take Indiana right now? Indiana is an absolute disaster. Now they have played tough 2 games on the road back-to-back, Maryland and Michigan, but outscored 96-24 in those 2 games. They failed to cover in 3 straight. They are getting points now. They are a home underdog. We haven't seen that much from them this year in this kind of role. And they did cover as home dogs against Ohio State. It probably feels like you are getting some value on Indiana, but they've just been so awful. And I'm not sure I'm ready to trust. Yeah, Rutgers laying 5 on the road with Wimsatt in the offense, which is sketchy. Let's put it that way with the Rutgers offense. I mean, and they've got to be able to run the football if they're going to have their most success on the offensive side. That passing game is still spotty. And the good news, though, is Indiana might allow them to run the football. They're giving up 160 rushing yards per game and 4.7 yards per carry. So, God, it's a tough game. I'm probably not going to get involved. I probably shouldn't get involved, and I think that's the move. I would lean under as well, 42.5, 42. They changed the offensive coordinator, and I haven't seen a whole lot of change and improvement from Indiana's offense since they made the switch at OC. Hasn't really resulted in a big spark for their offense. They're still plagued by inconsistent, erratic quarterback play at the moment as well. They are off a bye week, I believe. Let me just double check on that. Indiana. No, they played last week at Michigan. And, of course, Rutgers played Michigan State. So no bye weeks here. Probably going to end up being a pass for me in this one. We'll get Conor's take on this game when he gets back. But in the meantime, we'll roll along. C-Mac is back. C-Mac, did you have any thoughts on the last game, Rutgers, Indiana?
I can't back Rutgers late in the points. I just, not on the road. One thing, they're still good against the number, even with the loss, but they should have won that game without the mistakes early. Easily. They should have won by 2 touchdowns, 10 or 14 for sure against Michigan State. But I was with you a little bit. I thought Noah Kim was playing. I haven't heard, the Hauser move, and then he looks great, especially the first half was a surprise. Indiana back here at home, I'm looking at them. I know they just got their ass blown up by Michigan, but I think this could be close, so I'd rather be on the points with Indiana.
Yeah, and 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions for their quarterback, Taven Jackson, the last couple of weeks. But at the same time, he played Maryland and Michigan. And compared to those 2 teams, this is a step down for Indiana. I do agree there.
It is, and their offense is horrible. I mean, that's just it's rough.
It is what it is, yeah.